So we are going to want Freya in this second slot, Steiner in third, and then Amaranth in fourth slot. Again, it's to help your menus later on. And I believe it's also quicker because of where they're positioned. If you had to do any backup AP, the best place to do it is by landing the airship and doing it on the ground there. But we don't have to, so we can go straight in. We're already set up for the encounter. So, Nova Dragon. There are a few different ways this fight can go. Do a little save stay here and have a quick chat. So, Nova Dragon. Depending on how Nova Dragon opens, depends on how you can proceed with the fight. So he has 4 different abilities. He's got Aerial Slash, Tidal Wave, Psychokinesis, and Shockwave. I don't think he's got a regular claw attack. I think that's only Silver. Aerial Slash is nullified by Zidane and Amaranth. They completely nullify wind thanks to their coronet. Freya takes 50% damage thanks to her Lamia's tiara, and Steiner completely absorbs all wind damage from it. Tidal Wave, Zidane and Amaranth take 50% from water damage. Freya nullifies it, and once again Steiner absorbs it. Shockwave deals very good damage to your entire party, unfortunately. And Psychokinesis has a good chance to kill its target. It will usually kill Freya and Amaranth because they have a little bit less HP. I think it can kill Steiner, and I think it almost never kills Zidane. Always remember that Freya is, if anyone's going to have Rebirth with Rebirthless Ring in this encounter, it's going to be Freya. So don't Phoenix down her. If she goes down, she'll get up on her own. If he opens with Aerial Slash or Tidal Wave, you will be in a very strong position, and a good way to end the fight from that point on is going to be by casting Luna. Amaranth's first turn, pretty much no matter what, is always going to be to throw a Wing Edge. Silver Dragon 100% of the time drops a Wing Edge when he dies. This is a good time to use it. It deals around 7,000 damage. Nova Dragon has the ability to counter physical attacks queued through the attack command, but he can't counter throw, so we can get around that. So we don't have very good ATBs, so we're going to let this one happen, and he's going to give us the Psychokinesis opener. So we're going to wait and see what happens. Freya's going to go down. We've got 3 characters to command with. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open by swinging with Zidane and count the damage. 6039. We're not going to see a counter attack from him today. I'm going to use Wing Edge. And so you're presented with 2 options here. Steiner has access to the ability Charge. Charge is a sword art which will force all the party members that you have to essentially counter-attack the enemy as long as they're in critical HP. So in this case, it will only send Freya in. Freya does about 1,000 more damage than Steiner, so you'll end up dealing a little bit more damage, but I don't think it really matters in this situation. But what it means is that Nova Dragon will not be able to counter-attack her ability. It's safer to use Charge here, but it is slower, because Charge is quite a slow ability. I'm going to use it because it's what I would recommend to newer players, but if I was speedrunning this, I probably would just basic attack with Steiner here, primarily because Zidane still has full HP. Five, 6, 1, 6. So I'm going to wait and see what he does. Aerial Slash is going to come in here. This is going to be able to deal damage to Freya. So Freya is going to go down. Because Amaranth doesn't have Distract available to him here, I'm going to use a Phoenix down with him. I'm going to queue an attack with Zidane. And then once again, I'm going to charge with Steiner. 5, 7, 3, 4. The counter attack is going to come in. Fortunately, it didn't put Zidane into counter range for the charge here. That's okay. Freya's going to go in. 6396. And we're getting shockwaved. Okay, so this is the ability that does a lot of damage to your party. So I'm going to go to Steiner because he should survive. Amaranth's alive as well. So what we can do here is we've got two choices. Steiner's actually survived with a good amount of HP here. It didn't hit him that hard. By not healing Steiner here, I'm gambling against him not using another shockwave on the next turn. So what the fastest thing to do here is to have Amarant Phoenix down Zidane, because Zidane's got auto regen, and try and get back into the fight that way, and then use charge to send Zidane in for an attack that can't be countered. Or I can have Steiner heal himself and have Amarant Phoenix down Zidane to get him back into the action. The other answer actually here also works is I could use Amarant to Phoenix down Freya, because she has water resist, which means that no matter what he does next turn, somebody is going to survive. And then I can also have Steiner elixir himself, make sure that he has more than enough HP to survive anything that he throws at us. So the safest option here, easily, is to elixir Steiner and have Amarant Phoenix down Freya. Phoenix downing Freya here gives us the most coverage for protection. So Psychokinesis on Amarant. So Amarant's going to go down here. But what we can do here is we can have Freya resurrect Zidane to give us that wind and water resistance that we had with Amarant instead. But now we have access to auto regen. And then we can use charge to get these two to both get a turn in this turn. So he's got 24,000 HP left. So we're looking at 3 more turns to finish this fight. So Tidal Wave is going to come in here. That's going to take down Zidane, because Zidane is not resistant to water. So we can Phoenix down Zidane here and charge, and that should hopefully be lethal because these two deal more damage. Got 11.5k. If we low roll, we might not kill. If we high roll, we should be able to get lethal. Good roll, 6283. And he's dead. Nice. Let's do a save state and a load. Okay, so we'll play this fight through again. I'll see if I can get a Luna opener and show you what that looks like really quickly. They've been shockwaving the shit out of us. So I'm going to let the ATV move a little bit. I should have actually played the shockwave opener and showed you what that looked like. So I would never suggest trying to take any preempts here. I would always wait and see what he does. It's too risky to take preempts. So this is one of the perfect openers. You want to make Amarant throw the wing edge first because you need him to have this turn normally. He'll only be dealing a little bit less damage than if you'd Lunared, like 2,000 or so, which is negligible. And it also means that he can't be countered, which is really good. We'll get that throw off, and then we'll go to Freya. R1, cast Luna, hold ATB with somebody else. Take note of the 6,000 damage that we've just dealt. Then we're going to let Luna happen. So now Steiner and Zidane will have their Luna turns this turn. They should deal pretty much max damage each. Close to it. So if he doesn't shockwave this turn, Psychokinesis, good. So Freya is going to get back up from this, fortunately, because she's got auto life, sorry. So now Steiner, Amarant, and Zidane are going to be able to get turns in, and they may be able to deal lethal damage. Counter is usually going to kill Amarant. It's very unlikely that Amarant is able to actually dodge Nova Dragon, so that was quite lucky. Okay, so we'll have lethal this turn. Aerial Slash going to come in. Unfortunately, he's going to knock Freya out, but that's all. You can see just how easy these fights are to manage in comparison. You literally don't have to do anything. That's okay. So because Freya survived the Nova Dragon fight, the Silver Dragon fight at the end of this 3, we don't need to worry about AP on her. Let's see if we can get a shockwave opener. Okay, so Psycho again. Okay, so shockwave openers, they're the worst thing. They're the worst thing that can possibly happen. Usually what happens is, ooh, something like that. I got a counter attack. Let me just make a note of the damage. What if she dies on silver and you Luna here and she dies again? What's the backup AP for that point? You will need to manually equip the diamond gloves on Freya when you get to Memoria. When you do your menu, when you touch down in Memoria, you'll put the diamond gloves on Freya, and I think you'll have to re-equip ability up manually. Right, so Shockwave has actually left us with 3 characters in critical. This is pretty good. The first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna want to switch to Steiner and cast Charge. And then I'm going to attack with Zidane, and I'm going to throw an elixir on Steiner to make sure that he doesn't go down. We need to make sure that Steiner has full HP, because if we get shockwaved again, he needs to not die. So Psycho is going to come in here. Probably going to use Amarant to pick up... Oh. So I guess in this case we're going to use Zidane to pick him up. Are we? Yeah. And we're going to have Charge go off into the attack. Freya. Nine two 5.00 5928. So he's only got about 7,000 HP left here. Aerial Slash is only going to take down Freya. So I'm going to attack with Zidane first. Then I'm going to attack with Amarant. And then I'm going to attack with Steiner. So I'm swinging with Z first here because he can critical. And that would have killed him in 1 hit. But Amarant's got lethal damage for us instead. Nice.